Hello guys and hello class. So welcome to Teacher My class for today. So today we will talk about simple tenses of verb. So this material is what I have used or I used before when I teach grade 5. So this is based on the math of course and yeah, the most essential learning output. So let's start. So simple tenses of verbs. So verbs for if you have watched my video before now, I've talked about the parts of speech and verb is a part of speech. So verbs do not just express an action or state of being. They also carry the idea as to when the actions expressed by the verbs take place and how they take place. So for this particular lesson, we will talk about how this particular action happened. Is it already done? Or is it ongoing? Or it will just happen in the future time? So the when relates to verb tenses such as those in the present, past, and future time. So let's have this diagram for us to really differentiate the three simple tenses of words. So we have simple past, simple present, and simple future. For the base form that we have here, for example, bake, if it's in simple past, we'll just add D. So these are the regular verbs. Okay, regular verbs will just add D at the end of the word. If it's irregular verbs, meaning the spelling change. Okay, I will give examples later on. So first, bake. If it's in simple past, baked. Simple present, bake is just a base form, and the simple future will bake. Join, joined, join, and will join. If it's simple future, you will just have a base form. Okay, this is the format: will plus the base form of the verb. There is nothing, or you don't need to add ed at the end. Okay, only the base form of the verb. And it's simple present if it's regular. Okay, if it's regular verbs, okay, it will not change unless doon na po papasok yung with if it's singular or plural yung subject natin. But let's take it, okay? Take it aside, okay? Hindi po natin yun yung ipo-focus natin ngayon, but these are the main verbs that we can actually use para ito yung foundation natin. So, as I've said earlier, the irregular verbs, these are the verbs that change their spelling. Like go, if in simple past, it will become went, right? Go is the base form, it is simple present form also, and when it will be in simple past, it will become went. Go and went. Other example is have, okay? In simple past tense, it will become had, have, had, and see or saw. So that's it. Ran also, ran the R-U-N, and then it will become simple past ran. Ran, A, it will become A. So another example, so this is what I'm telling you earlier. So these are irregular verbs example also. So speak will become spoke. Okay, ran, begin, began, read. So this one, okay, the read and let do not change at all. Okay, these are the verbs that do not change the spelling in all tenses of verb. So it's read, and then there is already simple future. They will change because we have a format that will plus the base form. So that's it. Okay. So let's go to the simple present tense. So the simple present tense is used to describe a habitual action or general truth. If the sentence express regular, these are the actions that happen regularly, everyday, daily, and expresses general truth. So for example, the children go to school every day. So that is habitual, that is daily activities. So we will use simple present tense. Why go instead of goes? Because we have a subject here, plural children. It is not just a child or one child, but many children. So the children go to school every day. Every day is our time. We call that time indicator. That this is a simple present tense because every day expresses daily activities. For another example, Mrs. Morales works in the school canteen. Mrs. Morales works in the school canteen. Even though there is no time expresses daily activities or every day, but since school opens every day, so works, that is simple present tense. Okay. Okay, another example, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Is it not a habitual action, but is it expressing general truth? Yes. So, it is always in the simple present tense po. Not will rise in the east, okay? Because, okay, it not just a future. Yeah, we talk about will set in the east or the west later. If there is already later, okay, there's already later that will become future. But don't be confused. Our goal here, we're focusing simple present tense. So if there is no time indicator, the sun rises in the east, that expression, that is expressing general truth. Okay, and another example, there are 7 days in a week. There are 7 days in a week. Okay, are is our be verb. It is also simple present. Not there were 7. There will be 7. No, there are 7 days in a week because it expresses general. There are 7 days in a week, right? Okay. All right. So, just to guide you for the basic rules of our subject verb agreement, because this is really the foundation of all grammar lessons. So, we need to go to the basic first. So, for example, we have singular subject. It's always paired with singular verb. use the S form of the verb. This is still in relation with our simple present tense. Okay. So for example, Mrs. Morales works in the school canteen. So Mrs. Morales is just one person, so we use singular verb works. If we can say the vendors work in the school canteen. Vendors is our subject that is already plural, so we will use plural verb without this. Okay, plural subject equals plural verb. For example, the children go to school every day. So that's what I mentioned earlier. Children is two or more children, so we will use go instead of goes. All right. Okay. So another rule for the simple present. So use the simple form of the verb with the pronouns I and you. This is the exception to the rule. Okay, if there is I and you, always pair with plural verb. That is exception to the rule. Sabi natin kanina, if there is a singular verb, a singular subject, there should be singular verb. But exception nga to the rule is the I and you, because I and you always pair with plural or base form of the verb. Okay, I visit my cousins in the province every summer, not I visits my cousins. So visit without S, that's exception to the rule. You have a nice dress, not you has a nice dress. That is ungrammatically correct. Okay? So I am used the exception to the rule. Another example. If the subject is singular and the verb ends in a consonant plus Y, change Y to I and add ES. Okay, so this is very critical also in following the subject verb agreements. For example, we have simple form of the verb here is study. So for example, Louis studies her lessons well. So we have Louis singular and the verb is singular studies. Okay, not Louis study her lessons as well. Okay, with the verbs ending with Y, okay, you will change, if it's singular, you will change I or IS. Okay, I and add ES, sorry. I and add ES. But when the verb ends in a vowel plus Y, okay, we just add S. So again, if this ends with a consonant, okay, where is the consonant here? The D, diba? The D. D plus Y, so change Y will become I and then add ES. And when the verb ends in a vowel plus Y, this one like O is a vowel. And plus Y, we just add S, like Louis enjoys the quiz. Okay? Alright. So when the verb ends in CH, SS, SH, X, or ZZ, we just add ES. So for example, Mies. Louis misses her classmates. If it's watch, Louis watches her favorite movie. Okay, movie. Okay, another word. Okay, can we comment? Okay, another word ends with CH, SSH, SRC. So let's, and then add ES. So that is how verb works in singular. Okay, see if there's singular subject. Okay, now let's proceed to the simple past tense. The simple past tense is used to describe an action or condition that took place at a specific point in the past. For example, the student visited a museum 2 days ago. So we have an indicator of time 2 days ago, so the action should already, okay, and the past already done. So student visited a museum 2 days ago. We just add ed because that is again regular verbs. We visited our grandparents last week. Last week is past time already. Okay, so regular and irregular verbs have different ways in forming their past tense. Simple past of regular verbs are formed by adding the or ed to the base form of the verb. That's what we have discussed earlier before we start going to each of the tense of the verb. But let's just have like a quick review about the regular verbs and regular verbs. So these are the regular verbs. These are the verbs that we just add ed. Okay, do not change its spelling, but we just add ed. If it's regular, okay, irregular, okay. Let's go proceed to the irregular first. Yeah, this irregular, they change their spelling if we transform them into simple past. So like live will become left, okay, take, took, make, made, write, and wrote. These are the irregular verbs that change their spelling. But there are also irregular verbs that do not change. Okay, their spelling when we go to the simple past, like cut will still be cut, hurt, hurt. Like earlier, read, let, okay, hit, put, yeah, read. Alright. So another to be remember if the verbs to be remembered if the verbs ends in y follows the consonants, change y to I and add ed. It's just like earlier in the simple present, but this time we'll just add ed to make it simple past tense. Like cry, it will be cried, marry, married, carry, and carried. Okay, so that is simple past tense. Now let's go to the simple future tense. It is used to express an action or condition that will or will not happen or exist in the future. the form the future tense of the verb use will plus the base form of the verb. Let's go to the examples. They will attend the meeting tomorrow. So they is a plural verb, will attend. So it's a good in simple future tense because if the subject is plural or singular, okay, no issue with that because we will just use will plus the base form of the verb. They will attend the meeting on when? What is the indicator time? Tomorrow. So the action will just happen. Okay, the meeting will happen tomorrow, not today, not in the past. Okay, tomorrow. Another example: my father will watch my performance tonight. Tonight. Okay, since we can say that you mentioned that this afternoon. So my father will watch my performance tonight. So that performance or that action will happen on at night, not today because it's still in afternoon. Okay. So just to give you, okay, just to summarize all the simple tenses of verb, okay, we have past, present, and future here. The yes, past. Okay, these are the time indicator that you can use and to further know and determine if it's past, present, future. If it's past, we have common time indicator yesterday, last night, last day. In the present, today, now, every day, and for future, tomorrow, next week, and next year. So that's it. So if you have any question, okay, about simple past, present, and future, just comment, okay, and subscribe in my YouTube channel. So thank you for your listening, everyone, and see you next time. Goodbye.